It just keeps going and going and going and going, non-ceasing, non-stopping. The only reason we stop is because we get tired. But just imagine if we never got tired. If we never got tired, all of this would make more sense to us. We would realize that we are nothing but little ants running around in a shoebox, fighting over cracker crumbs. We would realize that. But because we get sleepy and we fall asleep, our bodies take a break from the rat race. Just imagine if the sun never set and it was always bright outside. Just imagine if stores never closed. Just imagine if it was light 24/7 outside. Cars constantly racing up and down the street. Birds constantly singing all throughout the day. We would really see that we are in a rat race. It would be so evident to us. We would just be forced to stop and say, what in the hell are we doing? But because we get tired and we take a break and we go to sleep, it allows us to step out of the 24-hour day for 8 hours or 6 hours. Every time we nap, we take a time out. But while you are sleeping, someone is up. There's never a moment on this earth where everybody is asleep at the same time. Think about that. You might be in your bed right now listening to this. Someone else is waking up, going to work. But just imagine if we didn't go to sleep. What would happen? We would be so frustrated because everybody would be moving around at the same time. The streets would be lined with cars for miles and miles. McDonald's would never close. The drive-through window would be constantly full of traffic. Just imagine if we didn't fall asleep. Just imagine if the sun didn't set. It would be too evident that we are living in a prison, a constant circle around a track. The track would stay full. Every lane would stay full constantly, 24/7, 7 days a week. See, it would take something like that before people would decide to side with what I say. stop having kids. See, it would take a scenario like the one I just presented for people to believe when I say the things I say, like stop having kids. Because if we never got tired, and if the sun never set, and it was always day, and it was always ruckus and chaotic in the streets, if stores never shut down, only then people would say, enough babies. It's enough people already. They would say, it's enough traffic on the street already. We have enough. No need to bring in another soul into this. That's why they invented sleep. Sleep is just something to give us a break. It's something to pacify us. Think about the word sleep. We say when a person is consciously aware of things, we say that person is awoke. When a person is not consciously aware of things, we say that person is sleeping. Now that's just a colloquial terminology or metaphor for the word sleep. But think about sleeping in the sense of a physical activity. Well, it's the same thing. When you sleep, it's just your body's way of creating a moment so the streets won't resemble the scenario that I presented. Because if we didn't sleep, we would be constantly living in the rat race. And if that was the case, then the gig would be up. It wouldn't be a mystery anymore, Sherlock. It wouldn't be a mystery anymore. Everybody would see it. It would be revealed for all eyes to see that we would be living in a human heap pile of constant chaos. And for this reason, they made us be able to sleep because they didn't want us to be vigilant 24/7. You see, if we were up 24/7, we would always know what was going on. But like I said, there's never a moment in this world where everyone is asleep. They just allow half of the world to be asleep and take a break, while the other half of the world is living the illusion. You see, they never want us all living the illusion at once because it wouldn't be an illusion anymore. But guess what? Those camcorders that's upon every corner, those security cameras, the tape stays rolling 24/7. The all-seeing eye is always vigilant. Is always vigilant, but it doesn't want you and I to be the same way. You see, the overseers, they know what I'm saying is true. They don't fall asleep. but they put us to sleep. And while we are sleeping, they are busy conducting more tricks for the next day. While we are sleeping and not planning on how to escape, they are up 24/7, 365 days a year, constantly planning on how to keep us imprisoned. Just imagine if we were up 24/7, 365 days a year, just like them. We would free ourselves. We couldn't deal with the chaos constantly. We would find a solution. We would get sick and tired of the traffic, the busy lines, the stores. We would see how ridiculous money and spending really is. Everything would just be too apparent. But again, that's why they made us fall asleep, while they stay up 24/7. Think about it. Does God ever fall asleep? Does the devil ever fall asleep? Do they ever fall asleep, the ones who are watching us? No. The watchers, they never fall asleep. It's no wonder they say that sleep is the cousin of death. Because it is. You are dead when you are asleep. You don't know what's going on. That's why they never sleep. You see, the ultimate powers like God, the devil, the overseers, they know the wisdom in what I'm saying right now. But you all who are asleep, you don't know this. So you just fall asleep, come home, lay down, watch some TV, and then you go off snoring and you wake up and you do the same thing for your whole entire life. And for this reason, because people have been falling asleep, sleeping, one half of the world sleep while the other half of the world is up, because of this is why the world has been on the same track since the beginning of civilization. Too much sleeping. We all need to just wake up at once and flood the streets. That would be the only solution. Just imagine if we did that. But that would be impossible because we are in bodies designed to aid and abet the illusion. The sun doesn't sleep. Just because it gets dark, we think, oh, it's time to go to bed. But the life source of this planet, it never sleeps. The sun never falls asleep. We just end up in the shadow of the sun. This is what we call nighttime. While the sun is busy shining on the other half of the earth. But we always end up falling asleep. They never fall asleep. They always up, always watching, always planning. What are we doing? We are dreaming. You think God dreams? You think the devil dreams? You think the overseers, the watchers, you think they are dreaming? They too busy living out their reality, which is creating an illusion for us. We don't have a reality. You know why? Because we live within the illusion that they made for us. So how is this reality? We too busy sleeping. The only way this could be a reality is if we all woke up at once and flooded the streets, whether it was dark or whether it was daytime. That would be the only solution. If everybody forced themselves to stay up, the city workers would have to be out on the streets. Businesses would have to stay open. But they got everybody hypnotized by day and light. The sun's up, so that means it's time to be up. The sun down, so that means it's time to go to sleep. But yet, the sun doesn't follow light and darkness. You see, that's for you and I underneath the sun. You see, the sun is busy working. The sun is shining above. It's never falling asleep. But we're caught in between light and dark. So like I said, the only solution would be, let's just stay up. If we did that, you know what they would end up doing? They would most likely force a curfew upon everybody. Then you would see how many rights that you really don't have. They would say, everybody into your house. Too many people on the streets. The system needs a break. Too many car accidents this late at night. It's not enough food to keep the fast food restaurants open. We need a break. Then we would really see how much we are just animals, just stuffed in a box, just moving around, bumping into each other. We would just see how all of these souls stuffed in these bodies are just stuffed into this world. We would see crowds and crowds of people. And then you would understand why I say stop having kids. Then you would understand why I say don't feed into their game by having children. Then you would understand how it would all make sense. When is enough enough? Billions of people being born throughout the centuries, throughout the years. When is the last baby that comes into this world enough? Ever thought about that? When is it enough? When is there enough days? When is there enough nights? When is there enough years on the calendar? When is there enough? You see, if we never fell asleep, we would get tired of this. It would be so blatantly apparent why this has no purpose. Because you would be up 24/7. The whole world, we would just go insane. We would just end it. I'm so sure that everyone would just do a mass, well, I won't say for purposes of YouTube, but I'm pretty sure everybody would find a way out, if you know what I mean. Because we would be just tired of it. We would be sick over our heads of dealing with day in and day out monotonous rituals that have no meaning. We would just see that all of these people piled up on top of each other. Just imagine, just miles and miles and miles and miles of people just up 24/7. We would see that going in and out of stores, purchasing items. We would just see how much of consumers we really are. All day, trash everywhere, nobody going to sleep. Just imagine if we didn't fall asleep. Just people eating 24/7, cars blowing horns 24/7. Yeah, total chaos. And just because we fall asleep, that don't mean it's not total chaos. I'm just saying, if we didn't fall asleep, it would be that more apparent to us that this world is just a madhouse. It's something out of a Mad Max magazine. We couldn't deny it at that point. But because we fall asleep, it gives us another false illusion. You know, you work your day, you come home. Honey, did you cook yet? Johnny, Susie, take your books out, do your homework. No TV to you, do your homework. Okay, Daddy, okay, Mommy. Okay, time for bed. Let me read you your bedtime story, little Susie. Little Susie falls asleep. And then from that point, you know, because we're not up 24/7, we end up in the rut of going to sleep, dreaming about what I want to be when I grow up, and this, that, and all of the fairy tales we've read. Cinderella. I want to grow up and get a husband. I want to grow up and get a wife. All of that to erase the fact that all of your children, all of your dreams and anything you aspire to be, it's not going to change the fact that the world is chaos and chaotic. The only thing that would change the fact is if you woke up and if you stopped sleeping. But that would be something impossible because our bodies get tired for the reasons that I'm telling you. To keep us nullified, to keep us from seeing that this is just a chaotic heap of human flesh consuming meat and expelling what they ate and doing it all over again. I mean, when does it dawn upon you that we are caught up in an endless cycle? Just look at the seasons. It's turning fall again. The leaves fall off the trees. The sun going to rise in the morning. You're going to get up and yawn. You can go in the bathroom, wash your face. You thinking you're making a change. You're not making a change. How are you making a change? You're doing the same thing that someone did 100 years ago. The trees, the leaves on the trees, they've been rotting and falling off the tree limbs. They were doing that. It was doing that 1,000 years ago. You're not doing nothing. We are living on a carousel, on a treadmill. And the only reason why we think we're doing something is because we go to sleep at night. You get what I'm saying? If you stayed up all day, all night, you would see. You would just be just doing the same things all day, all night. Conversations would come to a point where you would say, what are we talking about? Nothing's changing. We're just up. Everybody's up 24/7. We don't fall asleep. We just talking. Oh, blah, 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 blah. It'd be constant conversations. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Cars up and down the street. Burr, burr. What would be the point? You're just up, 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 up and away. Just up, up. So sleep is what causes you not to see what's really taking place. Ponder on those words. Until next time, this is Left Side of the Brain, signing out.